Hi, Tasha and Adam with IT Professionals of Iowa with your Wednesday Tech Talks. So ask us any questions that you have. Today we're going to speak on a topic of what needs done to your electronics when they come fresh out of the box, like the ones that you're going to get for Christmas, or maybe, for example, even got on Black Friday. There's a few things that we want to touch on that they come with sometimes adware installed, a trial version of antivirus. What's some other things that we run into with brand new computers out of the box that don't make it safe for the end user?
So, a lot of electronics you'll see batteries not included. Well, what they don't tell you is updates and security aren't included. There's a lot of what's called potentially unwanted programs. So there's a lot of trial software and things that advertisers or companies pay, whatever manufacturer, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, HP, whatever, will pay them in order to include their software. Usually it's annoying and you don't use it. So not only is it an annoyance where they want you to buy things, it's also it taxes your machine, because the more things that are running on your machine, the more resources are being used, and a lot of times it's in the background and you don't even know what's happening. So what we'll do for our customers, if they buy a new computer through us, we will go ahead and reinstall Windows fresh without all of what we call bloatware, all the extra software and all the junk that you don't need. And the computers will typically run better in that case. Most computers, actually all computers that we've seen over the last several years anyway, come with some sort of trial software and or trial antivirus. They vary on expiration from 30 to 90 days, sometimes 6 months, depending on the machine. And then you're often left unprotected, or you'll use that antivirus and they're not always necessarily the best option. So there's a lot of things you need to do with a new machine or a new device, whether it be a mobile phone or tablet or any of those things. So one of the big points is you need to be prepared and understand that if you get a device and it connects to the internet at all, you're most likely not going to be able to just take it out of the box and use it. It's going to take a while to run the updates and register and all of those things. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're purchasing something for somebody else, you may want to get it ahead of time and have somebody that either knows what they're doing or a local provider set that device up and get all the updates and get it running, because that way it'll be much quicker to use on Christmas or whenever.
Yes, because they're probably going to want to play with it as soon as they open it. So Windows updates comes out, what, once a week per se? And it could
typically once a month.
Okay, so who's to say that it hasn't been sitting on the shelf for 6 months and has some critical updates related to security? That's another layer of security, is Windows updates on top of the antivirus.
So you'll have your Windows updates, and then you also have third-party updates, whether it be Adobe or any of the other software. Those are released a little more unscheduled or more frequently, I guess.
So say Norton comes with a new computer, like the Norton trial, is that already activated as soon as you turn the computer on?
So sometimes it is. Sometimes you need to register before it's actually active.
I think we've run into that before, where a client's seen the icon on their desktop and they came to us with an infected computer. This has been a while ago, but they said, well, I see the icon there, so it must be working, and why do I have a virus? Well, there's just a lot more that goes into play with that, and it's just frustrating when you have something new or even old and it just doesn't work. So just the more you know.
Yeah.
PUPS, P-U-P-S, is that what you're referring to?
Yep, potentially unwanted programs.
And yeah.
So potentially unwanted programs.
Hi, Kathy, Stephanie, Mike.
It's a category that's hard to classify. So some antivirus programs will detect them and let you know that they're there. The problem is they're not specifically malicious, so they don't get removed with antivirus programs. So that's why we like to just load Windows fresh from the start. That way you have a very lean running machine, so it can run to the best of its abilities. But pups could be like lots of different programs, whether it be for like photos or typically a pup is going to be a pop-up of some sort or be in your way to get you to buy something, something you don't want.
And again, just slowing down your computer. A lot of that stuff runs startup. So say, for example, when we do a new computer setup for clients, let's just kind of go through everything that you would do to educate them about what all is in their way. Tune-ups, removing unwanted programs, startup menu, and the end goal is to speed up the computer and disengage unwanted junk.
So new computer setup, typically if the machine's bought through us, we will, like I said, we'll do a fresh install of Windows, remove all the extra manufacturer and extra software that you're not going to use and you don't need.
Thank you.
And then on top of that, we will get updates set up and scheduled. We will make sure that you have antivirus set up and scheduled to run and update. We will also set up maintenance schedule for different things. If you get our new computer set up, it will come with 1 year of our managed antivirus where we take care of it for you. We make sure that it's running and scanning and those things. Those are the biggest things that you get. Also, data transfer from an old computer, we'll do that as well.
Oh.
Those are the biggest things for a new computer setup.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. The pictures maybe or files that you want to transfer from the old ones to the new ones, we get that from time to time as well, that I can't find this file on my new computer. Probably not, it's on your old one, right?
Yeah.
But we don't expect you guys to know that, but we just want to educate you guys to be ready for all the hiccups that you might face with a new computer. We recommend a 3-year refresh cycle for new computers for businesses too, and so this is also targeted to our business clients as well, because 2019, a lot of them have a new IT budget for the new year.
Yep, a lot of companies, we also know at the end of the year, which we're getting really down to, is a lot of companies will like to upgrade hardware now, so you can write that off on taxes. Another thing with the new device setup is if you're replacing a device, you need to be concerned with how that device is disposed of and the data on it. You need to properly wipe it, make sure it's taken care of, make sure it's factory reset if it's a phone or a tablet or something like that. So just things to keep in mind. Don't just throw it in the trash. Somebody can find that, pick it up, have your data.
Correct. Not everybody knows how to just pull a hard drive and plug it in. But you never know, and we wipe drives and send a certificate.
Sometimes that's needed for compliance or business use, so we email certificate of destruction when we wipe a drive. Now, if there's an issue with the drive where it can't be wiped, if we can't connect to it, then we will physically destroy the device.
Yes, and you were mentioning not just throwing a laptop, but properly recycling of it, not only because of the data that's on there, but also it's a law that
I believe it's a law. There are regulations that you're not supposed to throw electronics away.
With the battery, I think, is what it really has to do with.
Typically, the battery is a big concern. So we wait until we have enough devices to make a trip, and then you take them to the local recycler.
Mm-hmm.
So if you purchase equipment through us and we're replacing something, we typically include the recycling cost for free. Now, wiping the drive does have a small fee.
But peace of mind.
Yeah.
What is it? Our diagnostic fee is $29.95 or something like that. But then you know that it was properly disposed of, and you don't have to worry about anything on your computer. I mean, everything's on your computer. Like, for example, files that they should be afraid of. Well, personal pictures. We don't put our family on Facebook for reasons of privacy. And so not only your data that's saved on the computer, but like pictures too. I mean, you should be aware of all of that stuff.
Yep. So pictures, taxes, medical information, banking information, all of that. You use your computer for all of those things. And so all of that data is stored on there, whether you meant to store it or not. You know, if you're using the internet, a lot of times that stuff is stored in temporary locations that you're not even aware of.
Mm-hmm. Does the complete internet security and the managed services that we offer our clients have tune-ups that clean out temporary files?
So, yep, we can automate base tune-up. Typically, we do it monthly, right around the first of the month. It will delete temporary files and things like that. It's real low level where we're certain that it's not going to cause problems. Now, we can certainly do a more thorough job, but we typically prefer to do that in a non-automated way, where we either come on site or we connect remotely, and then we can do that tune-up, where we work specifically with that machine so we can make sure that everything is fine afterwards. Because there's a lot of things, settings, and that you can change or remove files that could cause problems, especially if it's automated.
Good stuff.
Any questions?
Yeah, that's what this Wednesday Tech Talk is for. You don't necessarily have to ask us questions on the topic, but we just pick a topic just to elaborate on, just so we don't sit here and just look at ourselves. We see ourselves here, so. Yeah, so wrap it up. We touched on new computer setups and how they're not ready fresh out of the box. They're actually a security risk and things that you should look for, or
So yeah, on new computers, if it's been on the shelf for a while, there could be a Windows 10 upgrade, which is much larger than a Windows 10 update. That upgrade alone could easily take an hour or more to run. So it's definitely something I would do ahead of time if possible.
Sure, yeah, to have it ready for family, friends, or whoever you're buying a computer for on Christmas, so that they'll be ready to use it once it's out of the box. Great advice. I'm excited about this one. So what, Christmas is what?
13 days away.
13 days away, and I think the mail and UPS and everything gets a little slower towards the holidays. So if you are going to buy a computer, we have a new computer form on our website. Can we put that link in the comments after the video, or did you want to do that now?
I can do it now.
So you can get the right computer for your needs. There's a lot that goes into it, the software that you'll be using, if you're just going to be browsing or whatnot, and we can help you narrow that down. But time's a ticking. Hi, Leanne. Updating from Windows 7 to Windows 10.
So that question really depends on the age of the computer. If it's more than 4 years old, typically you're better off to just replace that computer and get one that's got Windows 10 on it already. If it's a business class machine, you can get away with a little more than that because they're built to better specifications, better standards.
Better specs like RAM and hard drive space is what you're saying? Or, okay.
So faster hard drives typically, more RAM, higher speed processor. Pretty much everything in there is built better on a business class. So if it's consumer grade, 4 years is about the max that we recommend. So you're better off to just go ahead and replace that. Or you could get a refurbished business class machine as well.
So yeah, we offer the refurbished business class machines for like residential clients and stuff like that, because the businesses, they're good for years, but they need to be replaced after 3 years in their businesses to keep them on top of their game, reducing downtime.
3 to 5, yep.
Okay. And yes, so if anybody's interested in ordering computers for their loved ones for the holidays, and you would like any advice on narrowing one down, go ahead and fill out the new computer form that we put in the comments there and ask us.
You can also send us an email at support@itproiowa.com.
So Merry Christmas, y'all. It's coming up fast. 13 days away. 12 days and a wake up, I guess. Mine is Saturday and Sunday probably for shipping. So thank you, UPS and FedEx people. I know it's a crazy time of year. I'm just not ready for it to end, but it has been 15 minutes. So, all right, thanks. See you guys next Wednesday. Bye.